everyone. Our topic for today's discussion is all about the changing global landscape for 21st century teacher. So, what do you think are the changes of the process in this educated in this 21st century, and how would teachers respond to these changes? So, we will know that in our discussion. So, we know that we are really live in a flat world, flat because even if we are here in the Philippines or even if we are here in Zamboanga, we could able to know what's happening in the different parts of the globe or the entire world. Even if teacher is outside the classroom, they could participate online learning, seminars, webinars, and others. This could be actually possible because of their skills on information, communication, technology, or what we call the ICT. And that's why we have to understand all the changes in the 21st century so that we, as an aspiring teachers, will be equipped to these changes. So according to the CMEO Innotek, or what we call, or the Southeast Asian Minister of Education, Organization, Innovation and Technology, there are already various changes and development in the 21st century. CMEO Innotek have identified various changes. It claims that we have already the new learning environment, the new learning content, the new process of learning and how this will be facilitated, the new learners, and the new teachers. So let's discuss first the new learning environment. So before, when students want to learn, they really need to go to school or they really need to go to the four walls of classroom wherein the teachers are present, physically present. But now we have a lot of different new learning environments, and it says here that it has new learning environment is characterized by first is the learner centered before it is teacher centered, which means the teachers gives everything. The teachers was the one who facilitated, and they will be the one who is in charge the totally learning, teaching and learning process. But now we are in the 21st century learning and teaching process. So it's now the learner centered, meaning learners are given more opportunities to explore, to be equipped, and to learn things according to their own interests and desires. Next, we have the new space and borderless. Since it's already borderless, meaning learning that's not only happening in the four walls of the classroom. Even if we are not in the classroom, we could still learn whatever and wherever we want, wherever and whatever we want to learn. And next, we have the enhanced opportunity for creativity and innovation. Like what I've said earlier, students or we are given more responsibility to study things the way we want to study. We are given opportunities to apply our creativity, to be innovative as regards to our understanding in a certain content or as regards to accomplishing a certain task. We have the new learning environment is also using ICT. Teacher now can teach us using various platforms like Google Classroom. Just for example, Ma'am Disa, just what Ma'am Disa did to us. Since she is in Cebu now, she used Google Classroom to teach us in our entrepreneurial mind. So next, we have the new learning content. Um, The contents now are integrated or interdisciplinary. Students are not learning a certain subject matter in isolation. We have now what we call a spiral progression for learning science, meaning in a certain year level, we already have a touch of everything. Like we already learning chemistry, physics, general science, and um, biology. At the same time, this science is already integrated with another subjects such as mathematics, science, health, and PE, and etc. It means the way we approach or deals with our subject is totally different from the past because before if teacher are discussing English or any subject, it focusing on that it is not focusing only on that certain subject. But this time, this subject or any subject is already connected with other subject. So we have also the demand driven. What we learn in school is already what we need in outside. So whatever needed on the outside are those things the teacher teach us. In this 21st century, we already have technical vocational courses that are needed in or demand now in our society. Next, we have the emphasis on learning tools on how to retrieve knowledge. So it means that teachers are no longer focusing on how intelligent the student is and how students is good in memorizing the various content, but in this 21st century it's now the various content. So we have also the emphasis on learning tools on how to retrieve knowledge. So it means that teachers are no longer focusing on how intelligent student is and how student is good in memorizing the various content in this 21st century. It's now more on teaching students on how to apply this knowledge in real life situation. When we are facing a particular problem, how we are going to respond this and how we are going to solve this problem. So here in emphasis on learning tools and how to retrieve knowledge, this learning content um, are more on application of what students have learned because nowadays what matters most is not what you have learned, but it's more on how we are going to apply what we have learned. That's why here in learning content, there is a balance of scientific, technological, cultural, global, and local concept also. So we have also the new process of learning and how this will be facilitated. We have the face-to-face, from the word face-to-face. This is very traditional. Teaching and learning process is done on the four walls of the classroom. So, and also we have the distance learning, from the word distance learning. When teaching and learning is mediated, it could be traditional, meaning the teacher would be preparing a module and they will give it to us or to the students, and we will be studying the module wherever we want to study this module. Or we could actually have the modern technology that likes what we have now. We can watch YouTube to learn, or we can also have a real-time online classes using any online platforms to be facilitated by our teachers. So in this distance learning, this is the learning without the presence of the teacher. We could learn through module or the online learning. So next, we have the experiential and lifelong. Example of this experiential lifelong, when learners are immersed into the real life situation, such as the learning becomes such that learning becomes more authentic and meaningful. Example of this is, since we are a future educator, we have an OGT in our fourth year, or what we call the intern. So we have to immerse into a real classroom, or we need to practice teaching like we are a professional teacher. So that's are the new process of learning and how these are facilitated or being evolved.
Good morning. I'm Jerry Victor C. Cañete and I am your reporter for today. I will discuss the new types of learner, life and career skills. First, we will discuss the new types of learner. The new types of learner. The new types of learners does not have an age boundaries. The learners may are informal or formal set. So, the new types of learner does not have age boundaries. So, there's no age limit on it. The learners may be informal, formal, or formal settings. So, let's go for the four types of new types of learner. Number 1. A confidential person who thinks independently and critically and communicate effectively. In characteristic number 1, a confident person, which means they think independently, critically, and communicate effectively. There are knowledgeable people that depends on themselves. Number 2 characteristic of new types of learner. Self-directed and who question, reflects and take responsibility for his or her own learning. Characteristic number 2 is depends on asking question to get more information or learn from something for what they want to learn. They need to ask question to understand more on the topic. Number 3 characteristic, a concerned citizen, informed about the world and local affairs, has a strong sense of civic responsibilities and participate actively in improving life of others. Characteristic number 3 is more on public service. She is responsible for the public and participate actively in any public ordinances to improving the life of the others. Let's go for the characteristic number 4. A member of a new generation pop culture's different ways of thinking responding. Let's go for the second topic, life and career skills. There are 4 types of life and career skills. Number 1, flexibility and adaptability. Number 2, initiative and self-direction. Number 3, social and cross-cultural skill. Number 4, productivity and accountability. Okay, let's discuss these 4 types of life and career skills. Number 1, flexibility and adaptability. Learners adapt to various roles, responsibilities, and schedules. Despite the complex condition, they are able to do the different tasks in one time. Recognition of this potential will give a signal to the teachers to provide all learners the opportunity to develop their individual potential of being adaptable and flexible. Rigidly runs counter to the development of this skill. One characteristic is flexibility and adaptability. Flexible. He is flexible on all kinds of tasks, condition, responsibility, and schedule. Adaptability. He can adapt in any environment to get more skills in his career. Let's go to the number 2 characteristic. Initiative and self-direction. A self-directed learner demonstrates life and career skills. Goals are set and managed by themselves. There is commitment to learning of a lifelong process. Many of young learners are capable of doing things without being told. They take initiatives. They do not need to be given detailed instruction. They plan and work out their plans. Like the learners, the teachers should also possess the same skills. Number 2 characteristic is more about they can manage their own goal. They have commitment of their lifelong learning process. They are capable of doing things without being told. They do not even need to do instruction. So, na sila yung initiative, no? Let's go for the characteristic number. Social and cross-cultural skill. Life and career skills requires learners to respect cultural difference and work effectively with others. To be open-minded to different ideas in order to innovate and improve quality of work. If one understands the other's culture, it will be easy to respect. This respect may spring from ignorance and bias. To be able to appreciate the more tradition history of others, one needs to be open and willing to accommodate and compromises. In characteristic number 3, you must respect the other cultural activities in order to work effectively or improve your quality of work. Okay, let's go for the last topic. Productivity and accountability. The individuals who possess these skills are able to produce results. They respect teamwork and cooperation. They manage time very well and can do multitasks. The most tangible proof that one has done something is the product of or result. It can be an idea or a material product. When one is tasked to do something, that person has accountability to produce result as evidence of a job done. Better results are accomplished if done together through collaboration and cooperation. So, characteristic number 4. They must be productive and adaptive. They are the one who produce a material product with evidence. A person who can do a task or accountability and produce result as evidence of a job done. That's all for my topic. Hope you understand and got knowledge on my topic, the new types of learner and life and career skills. Okay, let's proceed to the next topic, the new types of teacher. As a teacher, are currently preparing students for jobs and technologies that don't even exist yet. The challenges then is not to produce the new types of teachers. Teachers for the 21st century, learners teach each us in the context of new environment. The new context knowledge that a new process of teaching and learning, and so the statement says, as we teacher, we are the one who prepares the students for jobs and technologies. We as the teacher in 21st century, we must teach the context in the new environment, new knowledge, and new process. As a teacher in the 21st century, we must prepare our students to their own future. However, there are the new types of teacher must possess the following characteristics. Number 1, clear standards and accountability that their learners should know and able to do at the end of their schooling. Number 2, use broad pedagogies, including inquiring-based learning, cooperative learning, and other pedagogies. Number 3, skillful in integration of ICT in pedagogies. Number 4, skillful in use of assessment to guide teaching and learning. Number 5, great understanding of local and global culture. Number 6, skillful in action research to diagnose and solve classroom problem based on evidence. Number 7, practice the core value of inspiring teacher. And the last one is develop life career skills for the first century and beyond. That's all for my report. Thank you.
So, good morning everyone. My name is Gisabel Bubuan and I am the last reporter. So, today I am going to report about the 4 pillars of UNESCO. So, the 4 pillars of UNESCO are learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. So, first, I will discuss and explain about the first pillar, learning to know. So, Learning to know states that on how to adapt your critical thinking skills and gives you important knowledge. This pillar gives you the right choice to make a wise decision because learning to know empowers the individuals to continuously learn, grow, and adapt. So it's very understandable that in pillar 1 it talks about the critical thinking. So let's move on to how is literacy defined. So UNESCO defined literacy as more than just the ability to read, write, and count or and etc. So the Semia Inotech Goro 21 Module 11 focuses on 21st century literacies. So these literacies refers to the skills and competence needed in the modern world. So the Goro 21 Module 11 talks about to how to how to apply the 21st literacy 21st literacy. So there are 6 literacies involved in 21st century. First is information literacy, media literacy, digital literacy, communication and collaboration, critical thinking and problem solving, and last is creativity and innovation. So next I will explain the second pillars of UNESCO. So, the second pillars of UNESCO is learning to do. So in this pillar focuses on developing practical skills and competence. It involves how they can improve their individuals with the ability to apply knowledge. So in this pillar, you need to step by step so that you can improve your practical skills. You can improve your knowledge and this pillar promotes a learner-centered approach that encourages active participation, problem solving, creativity, and adaptability. Individuals to become an empowered person. So that is the second pillar. So let's move on to the third pillar, and the third pillar is learning to be. So in this pillar emphasize the development of holistic and lifelong learning. So what is holistic and lifelong learning refers to an exclusive and continuous approach to education that considers the whole person. It focuses on nurturing the full potential of individuals. This pillar promotes personal growth, self-discovery, and the acquisition of values, attitude, and skills that contribute to well-being and a sense of purpose. So, in this pillar, talks about the personal growth, the potential of each individuals. And last is learning to live together. The last pillars is learning to live together. So in emphasize the development of intercultural understanding. What is intercultural understanding? So, it is the capacity to appreciate, respect, and effectively engage with individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds. And this pillar states that we need to respect ourselves, promoting a respect for all. Promoting the respect for all. So, the title of the fourth pillar is learning to live together. So, we need to have a respect for each individual because with respect, we can unite as one. So, overall, UNESCO is a specialized agency that promotes international cooperation in education or science and culture and communication. Based on my research, UNESCO aims to ensure access to quality education for all, fair education for all, promote scientific research, protect human rights, and address global challenges such as climate change and social inequality. And lastly, UNESCO strives to empower individuals and communities to create a more exclusive, equitable, and sustainable world. Thank you.